bring in Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn, who's on the Senate Judiciary Committee and has been on the case with big tech and all this nonsense for a long time now. Senator, can you tell us what your reaction is to these events that we're seeing?
This is a continuum of what we are finding out about how big tech has worked through the 2016, 2018, and 2020 cycles to tweak a message. And as we get the Twitter files, you know, this really adds to what we already knew about Facebook, what we knew about Google and how they would preference or suppress different headlines and information. It also gives us a lot of insight into what went into covering up the Hunter Biden story. And now, of course, it's amazing. You've got big tech and social media and big TV, and what are they trying to do? They're trying to bury the story about the cover-up. But you know, Steve, this is something that's going to give us additional information for oversight hearings, the ability to call them in and say to Twitter, explain to us what was going on, to question also different federal agencies and what they are doing. And of course, we know big tech is already an arm of the Democrat National Committee. So as we look at all of these emails, we're not going to see those direct correspondences, I do not think. But I do think what you will see is the different federal agencies, whether it's the DHS, FBI, DOJ, maybe even some in the White House that have communicated with the social media platforms for the cover-ups, changing the messages, whether it was COVID or Hunter Biden.
Exactly. And I'd like to follow up on that part, Senator, because what seems to be the story emerging here, and it's being confirmed almost with each new revelation, is that this was initiated by the FBI, by our security services. That's why the theme of our show tonight is the collusion between big tech and the establishment.
Right.
Can I ask you if that pattern of events seems to be the one that makes most sense to you, that it's the FBI, they're spying on Rudy Giuliani, they learn about this Hunter Biden laptop, they immediately take that information, go to Twitter and to Facebook and imply that it's Russian disinformation, which then leads them to suppress and bury the story. Does that really seem to be what happened as far as you're concerned?
That seems to be a logical pattern of action. And I think that what you will see the House Republicans do is take it back to 2015 when all of this got started. Why is it that Hillary Clinton came up with Russia collusion? Why was it not China collusion or some other type of collusion that they were going to accuse Trump of? But why did she settle on Russia collusion? What type of connections did she have there? And then, of course, you see the FBI and DOJ get involved in this, and what do they try to do? They start to spin this tale. They're making it up. They're writing a script. They are going to carry this hoax out on the American people. And of course, to them, it seemed to be something that was just an enjoyment to be making this up and see how much they could get away with. You know, it's like with the child who's a bully. They push it until you say, no, we're going to reprimand you. There are going to be consequences. And these guys just kept pushing it. And the further they got into it, the deeper they got into this hole they were digging.
Yes.
Now they can't get themselves out of it. And people are finding out the truth.
Well, talking of consequences, can I just quickly get your comment on the person that really seems to have evaded accountability so far? That is Christopher Wray. How can he still be there, head of the FBI, after all that's gone on with the FBI meddling in election after election on his watch?
The Biden administration has chosen to keep him in his position. It is amazing to me. The last time he was before us, I asked him if he was ready to admit that Russia collusion was a hoax, and he would not answer the question. He said, well, I wouldn't use that word. So he wanted to quibble over the word hoax rather than to go ahead and say it is apparent it was collusion. It is something that was made up.
Well,
and no one is facing the consequences they should face for this. I look forward to the hearings, and I look forward to seeing people held accountable, and I look forward to more releasing of the Twitter files, because we know about Facebook. We know Facebook even took rubles for payment for Facebook
yes.
campaign ads, and they want to say they knew nothing about anything being off kilter and that they weren't getting information from other campaigns. I mean, this is very difficult to believe.
Senator, we look forward to that as well. We appreciate you joining us tonight on
Yes.
this important story. We'll see you soon.